Welcome ladies and gentlemen, it's time to show you a new combo with our hero cards. Now we are already familiar with Equal, Hero Leaves and cards like Miracle Ejector. We know how to do those combos, but until now we never mentioned Fusion Destiny. So today I'll be showing you a couple of tips and tricks and also how you can still summon one copy of Dark Glove, one copy of DPE and one copy of Contra Zero Chaos. This combo will be slightly different than the previous combos and that's why you need to pay attention. It is simpler because when you look at the restriction of Fusion Destiny, it locks us to the Dark Hero monsters only. Okay, so it's not just only Hero monsters, it's Dark Attribute monsters as well. Now, as usual, let's just assume that our opponent doesn't have any hand traps or interruptions and let's just ignore these cards for the time being. And I'm going to activate Fusion Destiny. Now, basically what this card does is we can special summon a Destiny hero monster such as DPE by sending its materials to the graveyard from deck or hand or whatever. Now, we're going to summon DPE. Since we played this card and DPE is going to be destroyed during the end phase of the next turn. Okay, keep that in your mind. Right now we are safe. So what we are gonna do is we will special summon Malicious from our graveyard by banishing itself. And after that we are going to special summon Denier because we control Destiny hero monsters on the field. And Denier has another effect which will help us to recycle Malicious that we have just banished. Okay? So that will help us to special summon Malicious one more time in extra. So before I link summon Cross Crusader, I would like to point out something. I see a couple of people summoning Cross Crusader with Malicious and DPE. Then when they special summon Cross Crusader, they try to special summon DPE back from the graveyard. Just to avoid this distraction effect. This is unnecessary, guys, okay? Do not ever do that, because if your opponent has an hand trap like Imperm or I don't know, maybe Ghost Spell, they can negate the summon of DPE from the graveyard. Alright, so don't do that mistake. Instead, we are going to special summon Cross Crusader by using Denier and Malicious. Okay, this is the safest and best way to continue our combos. Now, we are going to special summon a Destiny hero monster from our graveyard because we link summoned it. Normally it doesn't matter what you special summon, but it's always safer to special summon Denier in case your opponent has a card such as Called by the Grave. If we target this and if your opponent plays Called by the Grave, this card would be banished. Okay? And then we would special summon Malicious and still use the search effect. But if we special summon this card first, then we won't be able to continue our combos, okay? So this is a small tip, keep that in your mind. Let's just special summon Denier. Now we are going to use the effect of Crusader to sacrifice it to search a card. Now there are two paths that we can do, but I'll just show you the simple one first. We are going to summon Vision Hero Vion to the field. We want this card as usual because it's going to help us to search Polymerization and another hero card. Okay, so that's why we are going to search this card from the deck. Now, until now, since we haven't normal summoned yet, we could easily normal summon Vion. We don't need the special summon like in the previous videos. And we are going to use its effect to mill Shadow Mist from our deck to the graveyard. Now, Shadow Mist effect will trigger to search a hero card. And what we really want to search is Duskgrove. Okay. Now, we're gonna use Vion's effect one more time to ban Shadow Mist in order to search a Polymerization. Normally, you can immediately special summon Duskgrove by banishing Denier, but I don't want to banish Denier, I just want to keep it in my graveyard, so that's why here's what we are going to do. We are going to link summon Infernal Devicer by sending Vion and Cross Crusader to the graveyard. And we are going to use Infernal Devicer's ability to search Elemental Hero Neos. Okay? Now I could also search Aqua Dolphin, but I'm not going to show you that path for the time being. Okay, so now since we have Vion and Cross Crusader in the graveyard, we can just banish one of them. Let's banish Cross Crusader, for example, and let's summon it right here. Now, as you remember from the previous videos, we can either search Mask Hero Fountain or Mask Hero Furnace. You can search any one of them and you can still access to your mask change. It doesn't matter too much. First, I'm gonna show you how you can continue with Furnace. We are gonna use Furnace effect to search mask change from our deck, but now we need to discard a card. So that's why we search Elemental Hero Neos actually. Okay, so we're gonna discard Neos. Now we control one Mask Hero in the field and one Mask Hero in the hand, so we can use Polymerization to special summon Contrast Hero Chaos. See? And now we can activate Mask Change immediately to send extra hero Infernal Devicer to the graveyard. Or if you would like to have an extra monster on the field, you can just do like this. Special summon a Malicious, and then use Mask Change in order to summon Darklow. And we would still have Infernal Devicer. And we can even special summon one more copy of Malicious, but it's better to, you know, have it for the next turn. We don't need it right now. I already said that we just ignore these cards, so that's pretty much the end board. Like, do you see with only a single card, which is Fusion Destiny, and we were locked into the Dark Hero monsters, we still could be able to pull out DPE, Contrast Hero Chaos, and Mask Hero Darklow, which is amazing. Now, compared to the previous combo guides, we couldn't be able to summon Sunrise. We don't have it in our field because this is a light monster, and also we couldn't be able to search our trap card and set it in order to summon Shining Neon Swingman. But it's still a decent board, okay? It's still weak to cards like Super Polymerization, but again, we have a strong Floodgate, which banishes literally everything. We have an Omni Negate, and we can pop a card. Now, instead of this board, instead of having Darklow and Contrast Hero Chaos, we could actually summon Destiny Hero Plasma. So, do you remember that we searched Duskcrow? So instead of searching Duskcrow, we could just search Destiny Hero Plasma, and then we could be able to special summon by sacrificing our monster to the field. But honestly, that field is not as strong as this one. The first reason is, I think Darklow is a better Floodgate in the current meta than Plasma, and also it has more attack points, and also it can banish a card from the hand. The second reason is we control an Omni Negate, and this is another fusion monster that we have. So we have more monsters, more protection, and more control. Not that Plasma is bad, but I feel like this is a better board. That's the main reason. Okay guys, now I'm going to show you what will happen if we decide to search Mask Hero Fountain instead of Furnace. So at this moment, we're gonna use Polymerization again. We're gonna special summon, fusion summon Contrast Hero Chaos. Now, because we send Mask Hero Fountain to the graveyard, with an effect, we can set Mask Change. And again, we can special summon Destiny Hero Malicious to our fields, so that when it is necessary, we can activate Mask Change, send this to the graveyard in order to special summon Darklow next turn. So sometimes I prefer this board because, number one, I prefer actually having Elemental Hero Neos in my hand, not in my graveyard, in case I get Polymerization and another hero monster. Okay, because, you know, in the next turn, we won't be locked into Dark Attribute hero monsters, so that's why if I get something like Miracle Injector or Elemental Hero Stratos, I'll be able to, you know, fusion summon Flame Wingman or Thunder Giant with the help of Neos. Okay, that's the first reason. Actually, I could still keep Vion to the field I mean, before we link summon Infernal Devicer, because if we would still have Vion on the field for the next turn, if our opponent wouldn't, I don't know, destroy it for some reason, we could be able to search Polymerization immediately by banishing a hero card. Okay. Another reason is sometimes I would like to see what my opponent is playing or what my opponent has. For example, right now we have 4 Dark Monsters. This is actually also considered as Light Monster, but let's just assume that all 4 of these monsters are Dark Monsters, Dark Attribute Monsters. So if my opponent plays a card like Super Polymerization and gets rid of, let's say, 3 of them, I still can chain Mask Change in order to special summon Dark Glove. That's another reason that I like to keep it in set. But again, both options are valid. It has their cons and pros. We wouldn't have Furnace in our graveyard, so we wouldn't be able to special summon it. We would search it. And that's pretty much. So either way, we have the same end board. Okay guys, now I'm going to talk about the second version of this combo. So until now, everything is same. We have DPE in our field, we have Cross Crusader, and use this ability. If you remember, we searched Vion previously, but right now we are not gonna do that. Instead, we are gonna extend our combo and search Faris instead. Okay. If you don't like Vision Hero Faris and Vision Hero Increase in your deck, you can just exclude them and do the other combo that I just showed it to you, okay? Now, we're gonna special summon Malicious from our graveyard. And then we are going to link summon immediately to the Infernal Devicer in order to search Elemental Hero Neos from our deck. But before we do that, I would like to point out something. If we choose Shining Neos Swingman, we could be able to only search for the Neos. But if you are running Elemental Hero Aqua Neos in your extra deck also, not only we can search Neos, but we can also search Aqua Dolphin as well. Number 1 and number 2. So why did we do that? For 2 reasons. Number 1, thanks to the Vision Hero Faris, we are not gonna use our normal summon. And the second reason is we're gonna use our normal summon with Aqua Dolphin instead. Check our opponent's hand, destroy maybe an important starter or a hand trap. Okay, that's the reason. So we're gonna use Faris effect and dump Neos to the graveyard to special summon him. We're gonna use Faris second effect in order to put increase to our field. We're gonna use increase to sacrifice Faris to special summon itself, and we are gonna bring Vion. So again, instead of normal summoning Vion, we just special summon from the deck with the help of Faris, and we have increase, we have Aqua Dolphin in our hand. But the combo is still the same, okay? And now we can search Duskwall. So we are gonna use Vion effect to search Polymerization. We can banish Faris, for instance. Now, at this moment, many hero players, when they are doing this combo, they prefer link summoning Dread Decimator. Okay? And the main reason is this. We have extenders, like we don't need these cards anymore. That's the first reason. The second reason, they would like to boost the attack points of their monsters, which is not mandatory because, I mean, DPE has already a debuff against your opponent's monsters, and also your monsters are actually not that weak, okay? Dark Glove has 240 attack points, Chaos has 3000, etc. But the main purpose of doing that is, once you do that, once you link summon, yes, the attack points of DPE, for example, goes over 3000. So this helps us with when we summon Aqua Dolphin to the field and use its effect. Let's discard Stratos, we don't need it. If our opponent has Nibiru, for example, we can force them to play, because if they don't, it's just going to get destroyed and our opponent take 500 damage, okay? So our opponent still can chain here, Okay, use the effect of Nibiru. So that's the main reason why some people use the red Decimator and put there in their extra deck. Okay, but just for this combo, that's why I don't like to include this, because our extra deck list is already tight and we already included Aqua Neos in order to search it from the deck and for using this effect. Okay, I mean, I'm okay with Aqua Neos. We can still, by the way, force our opponent to play Nibiru, but it would be a little bit later. Let me just demonstrate instead. So let's just special summon Duskrov. Let's banish this card, for example. And we're gonna use this effect to search. We don't have cards, so that's why I'm gonna search Fountain instead. We're gonna use Polymerization to special summon Chaos. And we are gonna set Mask Change to our field. Now, the red Decimator is not pointing to the Chaos, but Chaos has already have 3000 attack points, okay? So that's why after summoning Chaos, we can normal summon Aqua Dolphin, we can use its effect by discarding a card, and we can still check our opponent, and if they have Nibiru, we can force them to, you know, play Nibiru. But then we would lose more cards in the field. So that's kind of risky situation. I mean, you need to decide what to do at this point as a duelist, okay? You can either include this card as well and, you know, trigger Aqua Dolphin's effect to check your opponent's hand, or you can just put another extra deck monster that you need in your deck and just summon Contra Serial Chaos and then use Aqua Dolphin's effect. Or you don't even need to summon Contra Serial Chaos for this combo. I mean, DPE has already a base 2500 attack points. I mean, sure, you won't be able to destroy Nibiru, but if you're setting your field like this, and if you try to end your turn, I mean, your opponent will probably try to use Nibiru before the end of main phase. I mean, that's the logical way of reacting. So yeah, this was the alternative version. You can extend your combo. You don't need to just, you know, search Vion and normal summon it. You can use Vision Hero Faris and save your normal summon for Aqua Dolphin. Now, the only problem is, unfortunately, we are running only one copies of Aqua Dolphin in our deck, so if we draw, for example, Miracle Ejector, we won't be able to special summon her unless we find a way to send this card back to our deck. And that can only happen with if we draw E and Shuffle. So what we can do actually is, we can normal summon this card, we can search this card, and then we can use this effect to send Neo-Special Aqua Dolphin to the deck and special summon something like Stratos instead. So there are still plays, there are still possibilities. We just need to decide what to do at that point. Okay, so our end board is still same as the previous ones. The only advantage that we have here is if we are ignoring the red Decimator, we looked at our opponent's hands and we destroyed one card they are holding. Okay, that's the only advantage that we have. And also we have Vision Hero increase in our graveyard. I forgot to mention that. So in the next turn, if we take damage, we can just, you know, put it to the field and we can do more plays. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I tried to show you the possibilities of Fusion Destiny. Again, it was literally a one card combo, just like our other combo starters. Now at this point, there are a lot of things that we can do still, but again, just practice this combo first, and then in the upcoming videos we are gonna talk about Vision Hero Faris more, and also we are gonna use cards like Blazeman or Spirit of Neos when we use E and Shuffle. There is one more thing that I'd like to mention. As you know, I'm trying to make this deck as simple and as consistent as possible. So for this video I included Plasma just to demonstrate like what it looks like, how you can, you know, summon to the field. But in my previous videos, I didn't mention, and also I didn't use Plasma. I want consistency, because sometimes Plasma can get break, and also because of the new Mask Hero cards that we are running, having Dark Love as a floodgate is more than enough. This card is literally killing every single meta deck. So you can have both Dark Love and Plasma at the same time. Plasma has its place, Plasma has its advantages. Okay, I'm not denying that. Other than that, I hope that you're having fun. I hope that you're not just memorizing combos and trying to understand the logic behind it, because this deck is really challenging to master. I keep telling this over and over. I know I'm repeating myself, but believe me, I can create like 50 more videos, 100 more videos about this deck, like, because there are so many archetypes included, there are so many things to talk about. And recently I just discovered that, you know, because Dugaras does not log us to the hero monsters, I can actually combine other decks like Kashtira, for example. I have a Kashtira hero deck which I'm planning to show you in the future, and you can even combine hero cards with Mitsugiri or even other archetypes that I'm not gonna, you know, count their names one by one. So there are a lot of possibilities right now with the hero. Like, mainly you can run hero as hero deck, but you can also use hero cards like sub engine for a couple of archetypes. Okay, but for now, let's not just get you too scared and confused about this deck. Let's go step by step, and I hope that you enjoyed it so far. Thank you for watching, and I hope that I'll see you next time.